Hey, lady.
Hello.
Did you hear of the results?
Indeed, I was informed about it when we spoke yesterday, and I'm deeply sorry for your friend's loss.
What happens now? Does that just remain posted?
Well, yes.
So, like, we could do it again.
No.
Oh. There were two trees. There was a tree that wasn't dead, and then there was another tree that was alive. And then...
That's the same thing, but yes.
I don't know a lot about trees.
Okay.
But anyway,
Well,
I don't know. I don't know what to do now.
I don't know either what you're, we kind of had a plan, and it's not what's happening, and I don't know what to do for you.
Well, I just kind of figured maybe they wanted to talk alone before I busted through for a
Alright,
second.
I'll ask what I want to ask. Hey, Topher, do you think it's in bad taste for me to loot the dead body?
The dead body's gone.
I could get it.
No.
It was in my possession.
And it was handed over. Yes, RJ.
I believe I had a health potion that I did not use.
Incorrect.
There was nothing on my body of worth. Hello there, travelers. I am to perform the last rites on your party member Finn.
A man walks up, clad in all green, looking incredibly joyful, as if he's having the best day of his entire life.
I am an elf by stature and looks, other than I am green in hue. Hair is green, but not green as an ogre, but as in plant. I am supposed to put this boy in the ground. Wonderful day for me. Was there any final requests Fizz might have had?
One last piggy ride.
He wants one last piggy ride. I'm sure we could find a pig around here somewhere and tie him to it.
No, not that piggy ride.
Don't know what you mean.
He likes to sit on everybody's back as you hold him. Or maybe he wanted to be cradled as a baby.
We can certainly do that. I am the town's undertaker. I bury the bodies, give them their rights, and send them off.
To be clear, what he meant is gravekeeper. He is not the Undertaker.
Well, I can't do this today. I'm missing some valuable components. But if you all would like to help me, by all means.
Does it require venturing into the woods?
Why, yes, it does.
Not near a tree.
Well, it is the woods, so I'd assume there's many trees to be found.
Fine. For Fizz, what's your name?
My name is Clavis Todd. I think it's all of our best interest to do this in the morning.
Is it not morning?
It is.
It very much is, but you seem to be well under the table. I mean, it's a swell day for me to bury two in the same day, but...
You're an oddly cheerful man.
Well, thank you. You only live once?
This is for the fairy ritual, specifically? This
Yes,
flower?
I come from the Fae as well. Part of it is also so they never come back to life again as undead.
You're dead?
What?
What?
No, the undead.
You're dead. You're not dead?
Well, I'm as happy as I've ever been. So clearly, I don't feel dead. I think it might be the saddest day in my life when I am alive yet dead.
I was trying to ask about the flower. The flower that we're looking for. It's for a ritual.
Yes, we don't want the dead coming back to life now, do we?
What about undead?
Do not talk about the undead. We will kill them on sight.
Do you know much of different religions?
Fair amount.
Do you know anything of Baal?
I can roll for it if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Not a goddamn clue about ball.
There appears to be some friends ahead.
We found it! It's right there!
Oh, okay.
I was gonna move towards the flower.
Go for it.
All right. Should I roll?
I will add you to combat.
First roll this character, nat 20! Let's go! Hey, mate! Getting awfully close there. And I pat him on the shoulder.
That's it.
I'm casting Inflict Wounds on him.
You don't get the option of how you're going to finish him off, because I will tell you. You reach out a hand and explain that you simply can't be harmed because it's your best day ever. He explodes into a bloody mess of nothingness.
I like to look at the other goblin. Be like, hey, you want to come here? Done this job for a long time. I can bury more than one body in a day.
And how do you want to do the deed?
I'm gonna overkill this. I'm gonna be covered in blood like I'm some maniac.
Absolutely. So the combat is as follows. You notice a goblin guarding this flower. You walk up, pick it up off the ground in front of him. He's confused for a second, but then charges forward. You take out your quarterstaff and wallop him upside the head. He is then knocked onto the floor, where you proceed to jump on top of him and pound him into a literal bloody pulp, and you are thusly covered head to sock in blood.
Where'd the other goblin go? He disappeared.
It's directly in front of me.
It's gone, but okay. There's no goblins on my screen.
Oh, really? You don't see this one at all?
No.
Really?
Oh, I do see it. He blended in with the terrain. I'd like to lay my hands on his shoulder as well and be like, hey, this isn't necessary.
Oh, okay. You're okay. I thought you were rolling. Oh, okay. You are. I thought you were doing that, and then I thought I was mistaken and you were going for peace. Jesus. You walk up to this goblin, you begin to reach your hand, and he enters a state of fear, feeling death approach as your hand grows closer. And before you touch him, he suffers from a heart attack and dies while standing. Your hand still gets near, and the aura of your hand is strong enough to completely eviscerate his body with nothing left.
Hey, great day. Let's grab the flower and start the ritual.
I suppose we gotta find Topher.
Topher's watching right behind you.
Oh, Topher.
Covered in blood.
Wow, look at you. Are you injured?
No, I'm fine.
Hello, Topher.
Did you perception check? I didn't even tell you to check.
Just wanted to know if I noticed it or if I was too much in my own world. We have the flower.
I also have a flower.
Nice! 2 for 1. Now we can
We
prevent
drank-
from me killing your friend over again.
You
You're
what?
killing him again?
I mean, if he rises from the dead, yeah, there's my job.
I love your character just being like, they'll definitely come back, like a zombie apocalypse spirit.
Does it happen often?
That's since I've started. I make sure they stay in the ground.
Oh, okay.
Hello, adventurers! We've finished calculating the rewards for what you have accomplished, and we have a total of 150 gold.
Yeah, that just barely covers the fees to the funeral. I mean, I can reduce it some because you guys helped me get the ritual component, but digging time, coffin, the wood splitter needs to be paid.
I don't think we wanted him in a coffin. I got a bunch of socks we can cover him in.
I was told that you were bragging about how little effort this grave took because it was so small.
Well, the carpenter still needs to be paid. He built the coffin.
But we're burying him in socks.
Are we doing that? Is that what we decided? Well, we gotta grind the flowers into dust.
It's glass.
Exactly.
He wants us to inhale the glass.
Now, your dead companion has to inhale the glass.
But he's dead.
Not if he comes back to life!
That's what the other measures are for.
Oh, Lord.
Hello, adventurers. I hope you've been well.
Hello, Bellum. You got any more burials for me?
No, we're hoping to avoid those, but we have prepared the rest that you have asked for, Clavis, and the burial is ready to proceed at any time.
Splendid.
Shall we go now?
As soon as we put the body in the ground, the better I'll feel.
Should we even trust this dude? He seems a little too happy for me. Like an ungodly amount of happiness.
This is true.
Hey, putting a body in the ground is a good day.
Yeah, you're talking shit about him, he's listening. Sitting right there as you do it.
As far as the burial's concerned, given the trust the townsfolk appear to have with him, I'm sure he's capable of performing a burial.
Indeed, I can vouch for him. He's actually quite skilled at what he does, just maybe a little bit overly cautious.
Can't come back, guarantee it.
I do not know how many will gather. I will get them around, but we will be relying on you to give your speeches, so please prepare them well. Off to plan, Clavis. And we're here, and we're going.
Oh,
This is my house, right here. That's my house.
thanks for the tour.
Clavis, firstly, if you would care to... No, we'll save Clavis, because I think he's going to mess up the body by the end of it. We'll start with our remarks. I will begin to set the tone. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today...
I don't know if that's the correct beginning.
It is for this. He fought bravely to aid the freedmen and set so many innocents free. Since he's begun to aid us, he's taken the role of our chief communicator for the freedmen and done an incredible job.
This was nothing like any creature I have met thus far. I will miss his small, sparkling, dehydrated, dry skin.
I will now pass the reins over to Clavis.
Clavis will begin to straddle
How did we get there?
and place 2 copper coins on each eye. He will begin to spread his arms to either side of his coffin.
It can be a coffin.
Well, they mentioned socks earlier, so I was unsure. He'll take both of his arms and begin nailing with his trusty hammer 2 iron nails into both hands into the coffin.
I'm going to turn to Bellumus and be like, this seems rather brutal.
Yes, he's quite good.
He'll begin with a short prayer. Even in life, your death will be judged by the arbiters of death. And then pull out a wooden stake and begins hammering that into his heart.
He's only 3 feet tall. You've already put in about 90% of his body weight in outside shit.
I'm not used to burying people this little, okay?
You crushed his torso with the stake.
Look at my graveyard. Very few children. I am very proud of this.
You don't have anything to do with that.
I'm very proud of our community. There are not a lot of children yet. I don't have the right equipment for this.
You would do this to a child.
I most certainly would. Can I come back? Then open his mouth and put the flowers that we have found inside and close his mouth.
I'll break it into as tiny pieces as I can and put it in his mouth.
They only have to lay on his tongue.
Is his tongue out?
I mean, I can wiggle it out if you want.
This is a very horrifying funeral.
It will not come back. I guarantee it. For the final ends of this, we'll throw large amounts of salt over his body and light him ablaze in his soul. Death is just and is not cold or uncaring.
I think, isn't it that death is cold and uncaring? Isn't that like the specific descriptors of death?
Oh, wait, no. Death is cold and uncaring. It shall take when you least expect it.
Oh, y'all didn't drop the flowers.
Oh, how do I do that?
Death is cold and uncaring.
All right.
One second. Give me a second.
You really went in for that. You even got extra prep time. I interrupted and everything.
I had it. I had it in my head, and the exact wordings disappeared, okay? Give me fucking second. I forgot the name of my god. Death is cold and uncaring. May his life and his actions be judged and weighed by Hellmore to his final resting places, and should he never come back again.
Amen.
Amen.
We're just like curled up in a ball, traumatized.
Not from the death of your companion, from how he was buried.
And be sure to know I shall do this right to each and every one that will die within this village.
Are you doing anything else for your ceremony?
Please tell me that's awful.
Bring in the concrete. Get raised from the dead if you can't move. No, we shall just nail the coffin shut, and that would be all. And then finish off by covering the coffin in dirt.
Gather ourselves back at the tavern.
The most traumatizing funeral ever.
That was a fantastic burial. Let's say, out of all the burials I've done, that one went the smoothest. Probably because of how few people there were. Fantastic none the least.
Why does it get harder with more people?
There's a lot more crying people and a lot more people that, like,
Interrupt the staking.
I have issues with what I do sometimes, but it's okay. Guarantee them no resurrections. Did you see how I eviscerated those 2 goblins?
I did. That was fascinating.
I brought them to their infernal damnation.
Did you enjoy that?
It was a swell night. They're gone. They're completely gone. I didn't even have to bury them. I didn't have to dig a hole. I didn't have to do any rites. They're just gone.
Do you not enjoy your current job?
My job's great.
Have you ever thought of becoming an adventurer?
Seems like fun. I mean, compared to everything else I do the same thing every day. Well, not every day. Not like people are dying every single day.
Hello!
I think if I stick with you guys, I'll see more burials.
Oh, God. I just wanted to check with Clavis on what his expected charge was for this funeral.
Well, since we didn't use the concrete, I still need the cost for the iron nails and the blessed holy stake. Granted, I blessed myself, but 60 gold sound.
Did we have a choice not to do those things?
Not at all.
Well, Clavis, 60 is what we normally do, but again, the concrete wasn't used. Perhaps 40?
I propose instead that perhaps you accompany us on a bit of our journey.
A journey of what? So the cult is giving untimely deaths.
Correct. Think of it as a vacation.
I wouldn't see it as a vacation. This was my vacation. I think this is the start of what I was sent here for. What's the cheapest medium armor?
38. Chain shirt.
Who wants to spot me 4 gold?
I don't know. The last time I lent someone money, they didn't ever pay me back, and now they're dead.
No inheritance?
I actually checked your corpse. You had remarkable exactly 0 gold.